Welcome to a deep dive. We've got these fascinating excerpts here from Nalyd, the silent protector of Oakhaven.
Yeah, really compelling stuff.
And today we're going to unpack the journey of Nalyd. His life has been just completely shaped by, well, solitude, love, this devastating loss, and then a really profound transformation.
It's quite the arc. So, starting with the solitary night phase.
Before Oakhaven, before Maria, the source calls him a solitary traveling knight. What does that actually mean in his case? Was he just like antisocial?
Well, the text suggests it's more specific than that. He wasn't just wandering aimlessly. He was on a mission, a really intense personal crusade against evil, basically. Malevolence.
So the solitude was maybe a byproduct of the job, hunting dark things in lonely places.
Seems like it. He operated outside the usual structures, you know? No kingdom, no formal order he belonged to. Just him and his quest.
But here's something interesting the source points out. Despite this grim, lonely life, he found deep satisfaction in helping those he encountered.
That is interesting. It shows he wasn't just some grim, dark warrior out for vengeance or something. There was this core of humanity, service, already there.
Yeah, like he was fighting for people, even if he kept himself apart from them. It sets up this internal tension right away, doesn't it? The lone wolf who finds purpose in brief connections.
Totally. That phrase, deep satisfaction, it suggests the capacity for connection wasn't just absent, it was maybe buried.
Waiting for something or someone to unlock it.
Maria. The source paints a really vivid picture of her. Radiant, wild, beautiful. But it's her essence that seems key.
The town healer.
Exactly. Someone who, despite her own past traumas, chose a life of mending, of healing others.
She sounds like the complete opposite of his life up to that point. You know, light versus darkness, community versus isolation, healing versus, well, fighting.
It's almost poetic, isn't it? This guy defined by battling shadows is just completely drawn to this source of light and compassion.
And it wasn't a slow burn, apparently, the source says. Utterly irrevocably smitten, like boom.
Yeah, but it highlights why. It wasn't just surface attraction. Sure, they saw the best in each other, but the text emphasizes they recognized the deeply understood wounds and complexities in each other too.
Yeah, so it was a deeper recognition, shared experience of suffering maybe, even if the causes were different.
Yeah.
They found solace in that shared understanding.
Exactly, and this is where Nalyd makes a huge shift. He actually puts down the sword, metaphorically speaking. He stops the crusade.
He settles in Oakhaven, marries Maria. The source says he allowed himself to dream of a quiet happiness. That's massive for someone whose whole identity was built on solitary conflict.
It really underscores how profound that bond with Maria was. It wasn't just taking a vacation. He was choosing a completely different life. He committed, became part of the community.
Probably thought those lone wolf days were finally behind him, found some peace.
But then, the peace shatters. The source describes this dark force, a powerful demon attacking Oakhaven. This is the turning point.
The crucible moment, yeah.
And Nalyd fights.
Yeah.
He uses all his knightly skills, everything he learned over years of his crusade, to defend his home, defend Maria.
But it wasn't enough.
No, the source is brutal here. His combat skills, his sword, his shield, tragically insufficient. Against this otherworldly power, he was just defeated. Utterly. He was wounded, immobilized, forced to watch as the demon grabbed Maria. The text says it engulfed her in flame with a terrifying roar, destroyed her right in front of him while he was helpless.
It's just unimaginable. Losing not just his wife, but the source of light, the connection that changed his entire life, witnessing its complete annihilation.
It's the absolute lowest point, emotionally and spiritually broken by what he saw. He falls into the river. Everyone assumes he's dead.
His world just completely destroyed, nothing left but horror and helplessness.
But obviously, the story doesn't end in that river. He's rescued. The source mentions elves, a secluded sanctuary, and this starts the next major act, transformation.
Right. This sanctuary sounds like more than just a place to heal physically.
Oh, much more. It was a place for physical mending, sure, but the source really stresses the spiritual rebirth aspect. He's clinging to life, his body heals, but his soul is shattered. This place gives him the space, the guidance, to start piecing things back together, slowly, painfully.
And a key part of this is learning healing magic. That feels incredibly significant.
It really does. It's this quiet, restorative power. The exact opposite of the violence that defined his past and the violence he just endured.
And the source links it directly to Maria, doesn't it?
Yes. He embraces it as a solemn promise to honor Maria's life by healing as she had done. So it's not just learning a new trick, It's weaving her legacy, her lost purpose, into his own new path, an act of remembrance.
Which leads him towards monkhood, not like a religious order necessarily, but a discipline.
Exactly as the source depicts it. He sheds the old identity, the heavy armor, the knightly weapons gone. He starts learning to harness power from within, relying on his body, his spirit, his discipline.
And this is where he masters martial arts, the way of the four elements.
Right, it's a radical shift. Internal control replaces external tools. Learning to flow like water, strike like earth, move like wind, conjure fire, becoming a channel for these fundamental forces.
But disciplined, controlled through his own being, not just raw power.
And importantly, he keeps the healing magic. The source shows him integrating these different abilities. Elemental force, martial skill, healing intention. He's rebuilding himself completely.
With a new power set fueled by memory and this vow to Maria.
Years pass. Intense training, discipline, spiritual work. Then he returns. Not to Oakhaven itself, but to the area.
Because that old life, living in the town, that's gone forever.
Irretrievably gone. Instead, he sets up this quiet sanctuary near Oakhaven, in the mountains nearby.
And takes on this new role, the silent protector.
Exactly. No longer the knight riding in. He's a watchful guardian, unseen. A shield, not a sword, in the town square.
And everything he does, every bit of training, every moment of vigilance, it's all a solemn vow to Maria's memory. Okay, so this brings us to what might be coming next. The source says he feels something new stirring within him.
Yeah, a deep, unfamiliar power. A potent energy waiting to be unleashed. He doesn't fully grasp it yet, apparently.
But it gives him this unwavering certainty if that demon or something like it comes back.
He would not just fight, he would win. That's a powerful
It
statement.
really is, and it makes you wonder, what is this new power the source is hinting at? Is it just like level 10 elemental magic?
Or is it something deeper, more integrated?
So, his current role is clear. Silent protector. His primary relationship, Maria's memory, fuels everything. And the preview is this potential unleashing of power aimed at absolute victory against the kind of darkness that destroyed his life.
It really shows how purpose can be, well, not just survive pain, but be created in it. And that true strength isn't always about hitting things harder. It can be this disciplined internal power, this unwavering dedication.
So as we leave Nalyd there, on his mountain, training, feeling this deep, unfamiliar power building, absolutely certain he'll win next time, the source leaves us with a big question.
What is that power, really? Just more force? Or that complete synthesis of everything he is and was?